Hello there! Let's learn a cool country style run in the key of E. This is a high velocity type of lick. The notes are just exploding off the fretboard. And it's guaranteed to impress your buddies and everybody at the music store. This is what it sounds like. All right, so first of all, don't be discouraged if you think this is impossible. It's actually easier than you may think. And that is because I'm using my secret technique, as I call it, which is, in this case, a matter of using pull-offs efficiently, which means the right hand doesn't have to be as busy, because there is no way I could play this with using alternate picking. Impossible, guaranteed. So, by using pull-offs, you're going to be able to play cleaner and more synchronized between right hand and left hand, and makes it easier to play it in an even tempo. And when you practice this, you should, of course, play it slower. But if you play it really, really slow, you might get a bit of extra noise, because it's hard to do pull-offs when you play something slow. So as soon as you get a hang of the technique, then you should start speeding up and always listen for how cleanly you play it. You don't want to teach yourself to play sloppy, so make sure you play it clean at whatever tempo you can do it at. So the main ingredient in this lick, the ingredient that makes this whole thing tick, so to speak, is this part. The way I play this is I'm using my ring finger, because we're going to need the index finger on the G string later. So we need to have the fingers ready for that to happen. So you do a downstroke on the E string on the 3rd fret, and then an upstroke on the 2nd fret. And from there you do pull off to open. So we have pick 2 and do pull off to the 3rd one. Then we switch to the B string, downstroke, and then back up to the E string 2nd fret, upstroke, and then pull off again. So that's main ingredients that I call it. It sounds like this. So that's something you can practice over and over to make it nice and clean. And remember to keep your right hand, the palm of your hand here, rested on all the strings that you're not playing, because you don't want to have the low E string or the A string ringing when you go in here. You can't play this with like a free hand like that. You're just gonna get a bunch of noise. So the hand has to be planted like this on top of the strings, just in front of the bridge. So after we have played that main ingredient one time, now we switch to starting on the B string and play the exact same thing, the same frets, we just have shifted strings. So that sounds like this. It's hard to do pull off slow at this slow tempo, because I tend to get extra noise. But you see, there's this main ingredient, as I call it, it's repeated twice. First starting here, and then it's again repeated starting from here. And then we start it on the G string, and we continue the same idea, but we're going to change it a little bit. The first part is the same frets and the same picking, same pull off. But now we go to the D string on the 2nd fret, and we do a downstroke on the 2nd fret, and we switch to G string 1st fret, and upstroke there and pull off, which can be a little tricky to do pull off from the 1st fret. Sometimes you get the B string making some noise, but... Right, so we have then... Again. But now... And then we're almost done. We just have to play So that's actually not that hard either, because now we're playing 2 notes for each string. 2nd fret, D string, pick that note and do a pull off. Switch to A string, do the same thing. And now with the ring finger on the 3rd fret on the low E string. And now you could do a pull off, but usually I pick the open string after this. Because you can sort of slow down on that and hang on that note for a bit if you want. And then you can play a regular E chord or this super cool chord that I'll show you in a minute. But let's practice this one a little bit faster to see how smooth we can get it, okay? Here we go. You hear that pull off from the 1st fret is tricky when you play it slow. You might get that note happening because I'm sort of accidentally fretting that note. But again, it doesn't matter when you play it faster. So let's do it a little bit quicker. And faster again. And even faster. And uber fast. It's hard to play at the tempo I did at the end there. Even I will make mistakes at that kind of speed. All right, the last chord is a cool chord. That's my favorite, one of my favorite dominant chords. So it's an E9. Let's turn down the volume knob on the guitar to clean up a little bit. It's starting to sound pretty overdriven. All right, so I'm playing the minor 7th of the chord on the D string on the 12th fret. And then I'm playing the 9th of the chord on the 11th fret on the G string. And then I have the major 3rd of the chord on the 9th fret on the B string. And then I have the tonic, the 1, on the E string on the 12th fret. This is a chord that you often hear Stevie Ray. He played this chord quite often when he played rhythm and stuff. I mean, even in solos, actually. And I like this chord. It sounds like a cool chord to end a tune in, doesn't it? Sophisticated sound and has the tonic on top. So the other thing that I often do when I play this chord in this type of idea, this type of lick, is that I let the low E string ring also to make it really full sounding. Use the whammy bar a little bit maybe. And in order to not get the A string ringing, you simply have the ring finger touch the A string. As you're fretting down on the D string, just move the finger up a bit so that you can still get the note, but it's dampening, muting the A string. Then you can go like this with the hand. Very useful thing to know. You can go chromatically from 2 frets down. I hope you see the value in this pattern, this ingredient. That's something you can take and make into something different. You can take it and move it up. For example, if you're on key of A, 5th fret A, you still can play the same idea. Switch strings. And then you can make up a lick with this ingredient of this super fast lick. The ingredient that makes it possible to play it fast. You can take that and make it into a different lick. Just end it a different way and you have your own signature lick and you can impress even more people with, right? There you go. I hope you enjoyed that one.